Here's a history lesson. A history lesson from the 1800s. Public schools, right? So what's happening with the public school system in America, which I want everybody to know, like my Ben's bracelets, which we know, okay? What's happening with the school system in America, okay? They're coming up with the charter schools, which is private money. So with the charter schools having private money, right, from, of course, rich, wealthy, Caucasian, white people, right, are controlling these charter schools, right? So basically they can say what goes, who does what the kids learn, right? The public school is public, right? So it was ran by, the government. So the government also says what the kids learn, what goes, what they do. The difference with the public schools is that the teachers have a union. So they have something called tenure. So with the tenure, that means a teacher cannot be fired, right? They can only go through different schools, right? So the problem with the government controlling the public school system, which is in the 1800s, I want you guys to understand this. In the 1800s, when slaves got free, and I always quote because we still ain't free. When the slaves got free, remember they had all these children too. What were they going to do with these children? So they came up with free public education. This is where the public school system comes from. Who started that? Slaves sure didn't start that. The oppressor. The master. It's crazy. The master started the public school for the niggas. They said, let's do something with these niggas, these nigger kids. So they gave free public school to be taught, right? Black kids to be taught by white people. It still happens today. and I just realized this. It's so crazy. Free public education for the niggas. The oppressor came up with the education system model for the niggas so that they can learn what the oppressor wanted them to learn. Remember, the school system only education, like Claude Anderson said, education is only going to do what you wanted to do. So education system in America is only, the public system is teaching children to go work, right? We listen to white people, the oppressor, and then we go work for the oppressor. This is why black people have this cap and we can't get ahead. It's the ceiling, right? Because we don't own shit. We don't own schools. We don't own banks. We don't own churches. We don't own shit, right? So we can't control anything. So we can't control the education. Fast forward now, there's still white teachers in the public school teaching black kids nothing. Nothing about their history, nothing about their culture, nothing, about money, nothing about finances, nothing about wealth, right? They didn't teach them that in the 1800s, 1700s. They sure ain't teaching them now in the 21st century, right? So what's happening with the charter schools, because the master, the oppressor, they're sick of the public schools now because the teachers have abused the teachers union, right? Where now they have all of these teachers in the rubber room. Teachers can be in the rubber room up to 5 years and still getting paid, doing nothing. That's a waste of fucking taxpayers' money. So they're coming up with the charter schools. Charter schools are popping up everywhere. What the charter schools is doing now is private money, right, from the elite, the oppressor, again, telling black kids what they can do. The charter schools is taking kids out of the public school. So the public schools will collapse because there won't be enough enrollment. So the government don't have to fund the schools any longer, okay? The government does not have to fund the public schools any longer because they have the private money now funding the schools called charter schools. So the public school that they came up with centuries ago, right? Centuries ago for the niggas, okay? Centuries ago for the niggas, okay? Centuries ago for the niggas, okay? I want you to really get this, all right? Came up. Now they're getting rid of them. And the oppressor's saying, forget it. The oppressor's saying, forget it. That's what's happening. The oppressor is saying now, forget it. Okay? Fuck public schools. We sick of funding these niggas. They sound harsh, but this is real. We sick of funding these niggas. So, let's allow other money to fund it, and the fucking public school collapse. So no more teachers union, no more set salary, right? No more benefits, no more tenure. Meanwhile, people going to school to become teachers left and right. It's crazy, right? It is so crazy. And this is happening everywhere, right? Everywhere in America in the public school system. Charter schools are sweeping. Charter schools are sweeping up the public schools. So the public school eventually, let's say the next 10 years, will be no more. Let's just say 10 years. It will be no more public school system. And it's going to be sad for the parents that don't know what to do, because at charter school, it's a lottery. You literally have to put your child in a lottery, and then they pick. So if your child don't get picked for the charter school, what do your child does? Stay at home, homeschool, right? So this is why I'm an advocate for even going to daycares. I go to daycares and get free seminars. Okay? I go to schools and get free seminars. I try to do my duty. I try to do what I got to do for my community, right? So I try to go, and I also do. My children, I teach them about money, because money is the most important thing. We all need money for the rest of our fucking life. Okay? So that's why it's our duty as parents to teach our children what they need to know. The oppressor will never teach us what we truly need to know to succeed in life. The oppressor can never teach us what we need to know in life. This is why so many black kids, black people are lost. 2 million black men in jail. 2 million black children in foster care. It's like no one's waking up. All these politicians, these black politicians, they do nothing for the black people. They do nothing for the black people. They help the black people do zero. Okay? So now the system is working exactly how the system wants to work. Public schools were created by the oppressor. Public schools will collapse because of the oppressor. Literally, okay? Public schools will be no longer. Okay, so as parents, we have to invest in ourselves enough. We need to know enough about enough so that we can transfer this information to our children, so we can go create our own. There's no law that says you can't create your own economy. You can't create your own business. You can't start your own thing. There's no law that says you can do that. You can't do it. Right? It's only up here that we feel that we can't, because our oppressor never taught us. Our oppressor just taught us to bow down to our oppressor and hate each other. Think that we are the enemies. Think that I'm your enemy. You're my sister, but we can't get along. And this happens in the black family a lot. Mothers and daughters can't get along. Sisters and sisters can't get along. Brothers and brothers can't get along. Our oppressor taught us how to hate each other, but love them and fear them. Like Claude Anderson said, he said, you don't see a bunch of black officers running around killing white motherfuckers, but you see white cops killing black men, right? It's all a system of design. It's all a system of design. It's all a system of design. Right? So the public school system will collapse because it was only created for the little nigger kids because they didn't know what else to do with them. So they created a free education that the oppressor came up with the curriculum for. To this day, the oppressor got the curriculum. To this day, there's nothing but a whole bunch of white teachers in black schools. Same thing in the 1800s. This is history, and this shit ain't even taught in school. That's why, as parents, we have to teach our children. We are doing ourselves an injustice if we depend on the oppressor to continue to educate. I teach my kid about money. I teach my kids about money. Teach my kids about finance. I teach my kids about hygiene. Okay? I teach my kids about training themselves, right? Becoming women, becoming phenomenal women or impactful women in the world. That's what matters. Not dissecting a frog. Not taking a test. Life is going to give you the test. Life will give you the test. Life will give you the test. You don't need a written test by the oppressor to say you smart or you dumb. Right? So we got a lot of thinking to do. We got a lot of growing to do, a lot of soul searching to do as black people. We have to come together, stick together, buy black, start our own banks, start our own schools, start our own churches. All these big black churches, they ran by the oppressor too. Blacks own nothing. We don't even own a newspaper. Right? Maybe that's an idea. Start a black newspaper. Right? Buy black. Support. Right? Practice group economics, guys. We have power. Black people, we have power. We just rather give the oppressor all the power instead of giving ourselves the power, giving ourselves the education, giving ourselves the knowledge. We rather wear Gucci. Yeah, I like Gucci. Yeah, I like Louis. I like all that shit. But guess what? I know what I'm doing, right? I'm not just, let me spend all my money on Gucci and Louis and all that shit. I support black businesses. I post about black businesses. I support them, right? I'm all for the black people. I have a black wealth class teaching about black economics, how we can come together to grow, how to invest in stocks and bonds and shit. We got a lot of waking up to do. This is why Dr. Umar, Dr. Boyce, Claude Anderson, Brother Benz, Brother Risa Islam, 19 Keys, Brother Hassan, they all are so adamant about black people changing the way we think about each other, the way we think about getting ahead with each other. Imagine if all black people adopted getting together and growing together and winning together. We would be powerful and we would be able to collapse the oppressor system. But we just got to wake up, guys. We just have to wake up. We just have to wake up. I'm looking to help 100 women start a health and wellness business, to create their own, to practice group economics, to love on each other, to create your own money, to create your own time so you can get off the slave ship. That's all a job is. That's all the school system is. The slave ship, right? We got to get us off. Right? We got to get ourselves moving in another direction so we can win. Okay? We can do this. It just takes all of us to do it. Not just me. Not just Dr. Anderson. Not just Dr. Umar. It takes all of us. And it takes all of our energy. We got to stop just talking about paying bills. We got to just stop talking about getting our hair done. We got to just stop talking about Gucci and Louis. We got to start talking about owning shit. Really winning. Owning shit. Winning shit. Growing. Being happy. Loving each other. That's what we have to do. Health, wealth, love, happiness. That's it. blackwealth101.net. Learn about group economics. Learn about building your own economy. Learn about getting into stocks. Learn about getting into your own real estate. Learn about becoming better than you are now. Simple as that, guys. This your girl. I'm going to get my nails done. See you soon.